everybody, I hope you're all doing well tonight. It's evening, and yes, I am wearing a sweater. And yes, it is the beginning of May. And we had rain all day today, and it's been pretty chilly in the low 40s and 30s. And then my buddies out in the East Mountains, they're getting snow. You just never know what May will bring in New Mexico. It changes all the time. But I thought it'd be a great time to come out and give you a tour of the backyard for May 2019. It's a little overcast and it's, twilight time. I've got my little lights on, so it's a good time to come out and visit. And Miss Molly is hanging out. Molly! Say hi, Molly. She's looking for lizards. She thinks they're everywhere. Okay, so we're going to turn around. There goes Molly. And take a peek. Let's see, right down here I put in a lemon balm. And over here where the cement pad is that I still haven't got finished, I have a few ideas. I went ahead and moved the chairs here into the sand pit. And as you can see, Miss Molly loves digging in the sand, which is really nice. She doesn't dig in the garden, but she digs in sand. This plant here is not a weed, it's a marshmallow root. And it's funny how different plants just kind of pop up in different places. I'll just let it grow because I'll use it later. So we'll be harvesting that later this year. Over here is the strawberry bed. So let's get up on this step here. And you can see how the strawberries are doing. They're doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. And as you can see, I've got this pet bedding that M.I. Gardner had suggested, so I've given it a try. I like it. I think it works really well. And then I've got the bird netting here, and it's really nice. It's big enough that the pollinators can get through if they want to, but the birds can't get my strawberries. Don't like to share the strawberries. So right over here, this area is pretty barren. This is where I lost that desert willow. But we'll be changing it. I'll probably be putting some grass in, trees, and then we'll be growing food later. My Mexican grass is getting so tall. I don't think I've ever grown it this tall before. So I'm really impressed with it. Here the aspen trees are doing great, and the little tree behind it's doing well. And down here you can see where the sunflowers are starting to come up, where I planted them. So later this year when it gets super hot, those sunflowers will get tall. They'll grow up on into the leaves here, and it'll take some of the really harsh sun off of the aspen trees. At least that's what I'm hoping. So this is the angle that I kind of wanted to show you about how it looks going down the back of the garden. I love it because you can just see where everything's growing so well. So let's take a little walk through the little pathway here. Here's our Honeycrisp tree. We're going to come on around here. There we go. And here we come to the little peach tree. And this is the one I was telling you about that had a bunch of peaches on it. So I'm really excited about that. I went ahead and added some of these little shiny bells. They're not super shiny, but they're a little bit. I'll add a few more things there in hopes that I can keep the birds from eating those peaches. And right here, this is the Mexican grass I was telling you about that's so tall. This one's the tallest one I've got. It's pretty high. And right here, got a rose that's got some buds on it. Very excited about that. Oh, down here is a lemon verbena. So that should get really big this year. And right here, if you remember, I was telling about a few months ago about the soda bottles. Molly's like, "What's there? Is there a lizard?" No, it's a soda bottle that I had buried so that it'll help water the fruit trees, and it's really helping. I'm really pleased with it. So I'm not watering as much, and the trees are doing really well. Of course, today it got so much rain. They're going to be really happy for a long time. We've got another. I love these. These make me so happy right here. And right here's the other peach tree. And we were searching through it the other day, and I can't really see them right now. It's hard to find them with the camera, but there were actually at least 10 on there that survived the bird attack. So that's exciting. And this is our gala tree. And more roses. Molly's still looking. Our Leland tree is still doing really well. And the pathway still looking pretty good. I have not got the fountain running yet, but maybe next month. You never know. Down here in this bucket, I planted some seeds, and I don't remember what they were, but they're flowers. So we'll see what pops up, and I'll video them for you there later. Okay, we're going to turn you around again. And here we come to the tomato garden. And peek over here, take a peek. You can see some of them you really can't see because they really were very little because they didn't have grow lights, so they didn't get real big, but they seem to be hanging in there. And I supplemented it with a couple more larger tomato plants from the local nursery, so we'll see how they go. And then we're going to come on down here. We'll go down the steps on this side. Hey, Miss Molly. And right over here is my lemon balm and my bee balm. And I'm going to be able to harvest from the lemon balm this week because here's another one. I tell you, it smells fabulous. And really, it's one of the easiest plants that you can grow here. So I highly suggest grow some lemon balm. I also really hate to plant things that don't come back year after year, but you know, some things you do, like tomatoes and you know, your vegetable gardens and stuff like that. But it's really nice to have herbs that come back every year. You don't have to replant them, and they're huge and very useful. So I like to encourage anyone to plant those because they're really easy. This little tree's doing good, and my lavender is taking hold in its new place. We've even got some blooms on it, so I'm really happy about that. And this middle raspberry is doing great. It even has some little raspberries on it, so I'm gonna have to get a bird netting over that. This one really looks dead, but at least one is doing something. That's exciting. And then this corner we've got more aspen trees, and they got all their leaves. And on the bottom here you can see all the sunflowers starting to come up. And then back behind that I planted some corn there, and it's starting to pop up. It's like this big. So that's great. And then I have more sunflowers along that wall because my neighbor had told me that they really enjoyed looking at the sunflowers last year, or peeking over the fence. So I'm growing some more for them this year. Okay, so now we're going to go back down these stairs, these stepping stones. And we haven't done anything with the hammock area yet. This rose, he's got a nice bud on it there. So does that one. And then the plantain bushes have gotten quite large. Here's this one, and then a second one right here. And they grew really nicely, so I'll be harvesting those soon too. And we'll be doing some infused oils with that. And Molly still hasn't found any lizards. She never gives up though. So that's about the tour of the area, and there you have it. Oh, back there in that corner there's just a big mess. I need to work on that. There's some stuff in there that needs to go to the dump, and you know, it's kind of like my potting shed area. And I have a composter in there that my sister got me last year that I love, but I need a couple more because it's already full. So right now I'm just, you know, rolling it and making sure it's wet enough. And hopefully I'll pick up a couple more of those because I actually think 3 would make the best solution for in a city garden. I can't really do like a big compost area. You know, it would attract wildlife and it will bother the neighbors. So I think that those rolling, they're a Miracle Grow one, and again, I am not promoting anything. I'm not being paid for anything. I just really like it because it's compact and you just turn it. The only problem is there's not a drawer for the dirt, to kind of work out. And so that means you really do need more than one, because you want to start one, and then as it's getting full, you want to start a second one, and then you want to start a third one. And they are small enough, at least, in my yard, I could have 3 of them. And that way, the third one will be mostly finished. And when that finishes, then you can start the whole cycle again. The second one will be finishing, then the third one. And you can recycle, just start that cycle over and over. And you can have a lot of great compost that way. So eventually, that's one of the things I want to do. But I hope you're all having a great evening out there and enjoyed a little view from my little urban garden. And have a great night out there, guys. Bye.